Hey guys, and welcome to the webinar. This webinar has been brought to you by nextwebinar.org. Now, I'm your host, Satish Gair, with Gair Group and Logic XY Marketing. And today we're going to go ahead and talk to you guys about, basic ways of selling products and services to local businesses. Okay. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. But the idea is you actually have to put it into work. Okay. You cannot just watch this webinar and expect to make money or make that sale. And I'll let you know the part where it's going to get really you're going to struggle. Well, I'll let you know where you need to focus. Okay. Now let's take a look. Give me a second. I'm getting my charger. I'm right here, guys. Give me a second. I'm just plugging in the charger. All right, I'm back. So you should have the handout. So we're going to go ahead and talk about how to sell products and services to pretty much any local businesses in your city or cities nearby. That's the whole idea. Now, although it's not the scope of this webinar, but many people will ask me a question, what do I sell? Now they're like, what do I sell? I don't have any programming knowledge. I don't know anything. I can't build a logo. I can't build a website. I cannot even build any software. So what do I do? Now, that's okay. That's okay. And that's why you need to learn how to utilize outsourcing websites like freelancer.com, upwork.com, or fiverr.com. So make sure that if you have not ever experienced how to use those websites, you should. Okay, you should, because number one, here's the first reason. Now, unless you plan on opening up your entire marketing agency with a bunch of programmers, that's a different story. But in your case, most of you guys are probably working from home. Am I correct? Yes or no? Now, if you're working from home, it's very, very, very it's ideal that you need to learn how to outsource and delegate your work. And you shouldn't be thinking that, hey, I don't know how to program, I don't know how to write a code, I don't know how to build a WordPress plugin, fix a WordPress plugin. Those things, don't worry about it. You can outsource it for pretty cheap, pretty cheap. Okay, now here's what I want you to do. After the session, after this webinar, I want you to go to a couple of these websites. Okay, freelancer.com. It's owned by my friend Matt Berry, and it's a freelancer is pretty good. The only bad side about freelancer is that sometimes it might get a little expensive. That's the only thing. But the kind of freelancer I've found on freelancer.com, they're very, very nice. Okay. Now Upwork.com. Upwork used to be called what did it used to be called? Anyone want to take a guess? Starts with O. Odesk. It's the same thing. Okay, it used to be called Odesk. Now on Odesk, it's actually cheaper. Same kind of programmers, but the money is a little cheaper. Now, a lot of people are telling me that, hey, don't hire Indian people, don't hire Chinese people, don't hire Romanian people. But if you really, really, really want to save money and get work done really faster, I actually do recommend you hiring Indian people, Chinese people, Asian people, because here's the thing, guys. People from Asian countries and a lot of I don't want to say poor European countries, but lower end of the European countries like Romania, those people over there, people who are on these Upwork and freelancer site, those people actually have degrees. They're not just there for hey, I don't know anything, I'm just here to work. They actually have degrees and they know what they're doing. Okay, and if you explain to them properly, they will actually get your job done. Not only that, they'll actually usually exceed your expectations. Okay, so don't hesitate to hire foreigners. Okay, usually 99% of the time you're gonna find Indian people, they're going to be after you. When you post a job, they'll be right there. They're going to be like, how can I help you? And you'll find a bunch of Indian people, and the price gets so competitive. You can actually get work done. For example, let's say you put on your Upwork, you can actually put in select, if you want people from the US only, or let me actually show it to you so it makes more sense. I'm going to get on upwork.com. You really need to learn this, guys. Okay, so I really want you guys to focus on it, but let me go and log into my Upwork. So right now, a lot of foreigners, they'll actually get the job really done really fast. Now let's take a look at the prices for people in the US. Okay, I'm always looking to hire new programmers to actually come in and work with us, and $40 an hour, 25, 50, 32, 18. These are, these starts to get a little expensive. Now compare this with, people from India or other Asian countries. It's like $4, $5 an hour, and those people will actually let you, they are more flexible working at a fixed price too. So if you have a project in mind, you can actually get the work done for a fixed price in a cheaper price. Okay, so always be open to working there. Now Fiverr.com, if your client needs, like, if your client's website is, pretty much messed up, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to Fiverr.com, find someone who will do it for $5-6. Okay, very simple, very simple. Okay, you don't need to worry about hiring anyone. Just go and do like WordPress fix. Oh, I found it. So for example, I'll give you an example. Let's say you found a client who needs their website to be turned into responsive, right? There we go. Guess what, guys? Right there. Oh, it's not letting me. But it's like it's gonna get it's very cheap here as well. Okay. So learn how to use 3 of these websites. These are very nice websites, and you can get a lot of work done. Okay. Now let's take a look. Now a lot of people again ask me, what are the things you can sell local businesses? Now I'm just gonna give you a couple of ideas. Now number one, site redesign, mobile optimization, PPC ads, right? SEO. Your advice is, okay, software you bought as a reseller, so maybe they don't have a SSL certificate. Does that make sense, guys? So what you need to do is, I'll show you how to find clients. You need to actually go and find problems or issues that they might need help with. Does that make sense? And you don't need to worry about, hey, who do I find someone to work? I've shown you that you can actually find people on freelancer.com, Upwork, or Fiverr.com to actually find people who will actually do the work for you. Okay. Now keep those things in mind. Now, does anyone else want to go ahead and put in some give me some ideas on what else could you be selling these people? Anything else? Lead generation. Yeah. What else? Email services. Yeah, definitely. Creative video courses. Yeah, definitely. Apps. Yeah, definitely, guys. So a lot of you guys own our application called Build App. So why not build an application using our software and just sell it to them, right? Simple as that. Don't try to make things complicated. And 99% of you guys, 99% of everyone will fail because they make things complicated. That's their big issue. That's always people's issue, okay? Now, I'm going to show you 2 ways that's going to guarantee you success, okay? I'm not going to teach you anything fancy. I'm just going to teach you how to get the client. That's it. I'm not going to go through, a lot. There's like thousands of ways we get clients. Okay? We do that because we can, we actually have a marketing budget, we have people, so we can actually do it. But when you're starting out, you shouldn't be focusing on, you know, doing things you don't have any expertise on. You should be doing things what you can do faster, cheaper, or actually no money to generate those leads as at all. So here's what I want you to do. Number one, I want you to focus on finding low hanging fruits. Number one, I'll talk more about that. Number two, contact and follow up is the very, 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 very cornerstone of the entire business. Okay, just two things. Okay, so as long as I can actually even go ahead and let me get a pen out. So here's what I want you guys to do. If you really, 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 really want to make money, here's what I want you to do. I want you to, what I'm about to teach you right now, I want you to go ahead and do that 25 times. Do that 25 times, okay? What I'm about to teach you right now. You should at least minimum have one or two sales recurring, okay? It depends on what you're selling, but so 20, if you do 25, if you do this 25 times, what I'm about to teach you, you will have customers, okay? So here's what I want you to do. Clear this out. So first thing I want you to do is, instead of contacting like random businesses, let's contact the ones that will actually listen to you first, okay? So what I want you to do is find businesses which have low ratings, okay? Low ratings on Google, or let me actually show it to you. So let's go ahead and open up this software, and you should be able to get the software at this link if you haven't gotten it. And on the software, what you do is you go and put in a business name, a zip code, a zip code or a city. And once you found it, take a look at this. Can everybody see this? Now, notice something here. Do you see we added a little button right here that says ratings? When you need to click on it. Now, guess what happened just right now? You can actually see people with bad ratings, right? Now let's go and click on this guy. It'll take you to Yelp. Now the big problem with Yelp is that they really don't want you to finding out, businesses with low ratings. Does that make sense to you guys? Yelp is not in a business of sharing, showing people businesses with bad rankings. Restaurants in Frisco. Okay, let's do search. Did you really think I would find businesses with like bad 1 star? I won't, because that's not what they're in business of. They want people to find businesses that are high end in quality and ratings, right? So what we did is we built a software that allows you to actually manipulate ratings. Okay, so usually what I do is I get on the software, I go ahead and do 500 searches, I do maximum dentist, my zip code, I do go. Okay. Okay, so once I've done this, give it some time. I'm going to go ahead and click on once it's done. It does take some time. It's going on. Let's see how many leads. Okay, now once it's done, you're going to go and click on this little button on the right, ratings. Take a look at all these people with bad ratings. Can you guys see this? And do you guys understand the benefit what benefit you have by taking, being able to find businesses with bad ratings? You can actually convert them into a customer by solving their issues. Okay, by solving their issues. Now, so this is how you find it. Now you're going to go and click on it. Okay, you'll be able to get their website, sometimes even their email. Let's go and find it. Okay, so you have their phone number, you have their website. So if you want to go and find their email, always use a Whois if you want to. Now, here's what we do when we get clients like these. Okay, here's what we do. We find their contact information. We find it, right? Now, first thing we tell them is, hey, I saw that you have a bad review on your, you have pretty bad review on your Yelp rating. Can we help you raise it to ratings, 4 or 5? And why would they say no? Now you're thinking, how the hell do I raise their ratings? Guys, here's the news. News, if you haven't heard it. You actually, all marketing companies do this. They basically send their own folks, their own people, and submit, 5-star, 4-star reviews. It's how it's done. Okay? Does that make sense, everyone? All marketing companies do this. All marketing companies, they basically, the way they raise ratings is because they cannot, remove a rating, usually not on Google reviews or these other sites. So what they do is they basically fill it up with fake reviews. I mean, make it look realistic. Okay, and then they go ahead and pump it up. That's simple as that. Okay, so that's one way of finding leads. Now if you don't have the software, you can grab it. I placed the link on the PDF. Now number B, a lot of the times go to Google. Once you're on Google, let's go ahead and find Indian restaurants near me. Okay, now, oh, I see it already. 2 ratings. The guy who has. So think of it. So when you're hunting for business, think of it like this. Okay. So if you see someone on the top with a bad review, they're more likely to convert because think about it. They have they're ranking on the top, but they have bad review. You're thinking maybe this guy, wants to know why people are going to these restaurants instead of him. Does that make sense? That's option number one. Option number two is what I do is I usually go ahead and go to page two. Not always, but okay, I'm on page two and I'm taking a look at it. I'm like, okay, this guy is on top of page number two. Now think about it. Does this guy have any chance of getting on page number one? Yes or no? It's a very simple question. The guy's on the top of page number two. Does he have any chances of getting on page number one? It's asking a simple question. He does, right? He does. And if you want to compare this guy with the guy on the front page, who would benefit more from being on the front page? This guy would. Even if he showed up on the last 6, 7 results, he would benefit more, right? So your ideal clients are on second page of Google. Does that make sense to everyone? Your ideal clients, who your low hanging clients, are on the second page of Google. Just keep that in mind always, okay? A lot of people skip. People don't even go to page two. You know that. I know that. And let's take advantage of it, okay? Let's take an advantage of it. And the owner of this business, let's go and click on it. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look. Their website looks pretty good to me. I mean, for a restaurant, it's simple, decent. Okay. Now let's go ahead and see. Take a look at their Yelp. They have pretty good review. Their website looks pretty nice. Let's see how their website looks. Let me go ahead and do something here. And let me try something here. Give me a second, guys. And let's take a look if this website is mobile optimized or not. I'm just gonna go ahead and make it a little smaller. And it looks like this website, it's pretty mobile optimized. It's not the best thing, but it is pretty mobile optimized. Okay, so we know that. So when you're doing all these things, you should be thinking, you should be doing this. Okay, you should be. Let me grab a. I want you to get in a habit of a notepad or something. And this I'm going to go ahead and use a Word document. I want you to get in a habit of getting a notepad, and when you're doing businesses, I want you to go ahead and create this. Okay, so I want you to do mobile optimized SSL. You know, what else is proper ratings? make a list like this, okay, and then just look through it. What could there be a problem of? So let me go and test their SSL. Okay, not secured. We have a problem. Okay, we'll talk about how to get these problems into people's mind in just a bit. But you get an idea. Now this guy is on the top of page number 2, and it'll be incredibly easy to get this guy on front page. Okay, it'll be incredibly easy. I'm gonna teach you. I'm just gonna give you. I'm gonna tell you how to do it real quickly. So what you need to do is, if you find someone who's on the second page of Google, and you want to get them on front page, first page. Okay, here's what you do: add it to Google Webmaster. This is a very crash course, so I'm not gonna go into detail, but I'm gonna give you the basic idea. Add it to Google Webmaster, verify the website, okay? And what you need to do is create, if it doesn't have first, social media pages, check if it has it, like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and so on. And sometimes like Yelp, sometimes they don't have Yelp, go and add it on Yelp. And also go ahead and add it on LinkedIn company profile, things like those, right? And if you really want to make it go further, what you can do is actually, if you really want to do this, create a blog for you, a blog just on your own. Put this guy's link here and there about Indian food, okay? Now these are pretty much free ways to do this. Now if you do this, and if you just help this guy out with a couple of links here and there, build his links a bit here and there, you should be able to get this guy on front page within like 2 weeks max. Now these are free ways. Now there are many ways to build links by paid off page SEO, but that's a whole different story. I'm just giving you a crash course information, okay? So your ideal customers that's very easy to get there on the top of second page. Keep that in mind. Okay. Now, number C. We're gonna go ahead and open up Craigslist. Open up Craigslist, go to your city, go to cities nearby, scroll all the way down, services. Everyone who is listed under this, they are your customers. They are looking for leads. They are looking for things, to get more customers. Take a look at their website. Take a look at, again, the same list. Is it mobile optimized? Is the website look good? Does it have a form for people to contact? Blah, blah, blah. Just make a list, okay? Simple as that. I know you guys have questions. I'll let you guys ask those questions in just a bit. Okay. Now, so number one thing was you need to find people. Okay. You found a business. Okay. So you need to do this 25. You need to do this with 25 businesses before you see any results. Okay. You're not gonna see a result the first time you do it. Never. Now, how do you contact people? Email. Write short emails again to find people's email. Do the who is search, or usually their emails are actually inside. There you go. That's the owner's. That's the owner's email address right there in front of your eyes, and his phone number. How cool is that? Crazy. Now, email. Write short email. How you can help them. Cut the bullshit. Please, 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 please. Do not write long emails. No one likes to read long emails. Hey, Bob. Hey, Billy. Here's what I do. Can you schedule a call or talk more about this? Simple as that. Number one, email. Number two, phones. Now, believe me or not, guys, a lot of you guys are scared of making a phone call. How many? Who is that? Can everyone go ahead and tell me? Give me a 5 if you are scared of making an actual phone call. Be honest. I won't say your name out. Just be honest. Tell me if you hate phone calling. I won't say your name out, but I'll tell you what to do. Wow. Anyone else? Okay. I want you to do this right now. Is everyone in their homes right now, or are you in Starbucks cafe? If home, just type home. We're gonna do something right here. Okay, I'm gonna get my camera opened up. Okay, my light is pretty bad because there's about some. Oh my gosh. Forget it. Let's go ahead and actually solve this problem for you, okay? You're in your home. I'm gonna go ahead and Nikesh.
Yeah.
So our we have our attendees. They have a question, okay?
Yeah.
So this guy right here, how many cold calls do you make per day?
Probably over 100.
Over 100. Say that again.
Over 100.
Now, first time you made your first call,
Yeah.
how was it?
It was awkward, nervous.
Can you talk louder?
Awkward, nervous. It was, I was scared to make my first call.
Now, a lot of our customers here, they feel the same way.
Yeah.
They feel shy.
Yeah.
They feel nervous. Now, how did you tackle that problem?
My thing was I just kept making calls, At first it's hard, but after you make your second one, you know what to say. After the third one,
tell me if I'm wrong, okay?
Mhm.
So first, when you came in for started working with me,
Yeah.
Initially you had that you were hesitant to get rejected.
Yeah, I was.
You
I was
were
scared, but I mean, what's the worst thing they can say? No.
they cannot come out of the phone and slap you,
They can't come out
right?
of the phone and slap me. They can't find me. They can't say anything bad. It's just over the phone. All they're gonna do is say no, and you say okay, all right, let me move on.
You move on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, one of the things you're gonna learn, guys, is the fact that getting rejected is not so bad.
It's not. It's not.
It makes you stronger.
Yeah, I think so. I think we learn from more of the reject calls than we do from the correct calls.
Exactly. It's like say that one more time.
So we learn more from the reject calls than we do from the calls that we get a yes on.
True.
Yeah.
And we're at a point nowadays. Can anyone reject us nowadays?
No, I don't think they can.
Okay.
But I think that's with
it just takes time. Okay?
It takes time. Yeah.
Thanks, Nikesh. Get back to work. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was Nikesh. Now you guys are at home. Okay. I'm gonna teach you something right now. It's pretty cool. If you're nervous, here's what I want you to do. Okay. Take a deep breath. Do that right now. Take a deep breath. Do that 5 times. Do it right now. 5 times. Good. Now get your hands out. Close one of your nostrils. Breathe with only. I'm teaching you how to not get nervous. Okay. Do it. It'll help you. Close one of your nostrils. And let it go from the other nostril. Now breathe from this nostril. It's called alternate breathing. Now, if you ever feel nervous or shy, if you do this, you're going to feel so relaxed. Okay? You're going to feel so relaxed. Your shyness, your nervousness should go away. Now, if you want to talk about 5-6 years ago, I was very nervous at making these phone calls. Nowadays, I pick up a phone call and I just go ahead and make that call. Okay? Another idea, another trick you can use is this, okay? How many of you guys get marketing calls every day? Type 2 if you do. How many of you guys get marketing calls every day? Now, do you guys ignore those marketing calls or do you pick it up? It's a serious question. Do you pick it up or do you try to ignore it? Okay, do me a favor. Next time, pick it up. Let them see how they talk. All the mistakes they make or all the good things they do. Try it, okay? And if you really want to make it fun, when someone calls you, just to get in the habit of talking, you go and play with them. It's okay. So it's something funny, okay? Some guy called me, said, Satish, I saw you bought a domain, blah blah blah. Do you want to build a website? I said, yes, sir, I do want to build a website. He was like, yes, that's exciting. He was like, what kind of website do you want to build? I said, porn website. He hung up. Okay. So things like those, I did those in early years because I wanted to be comfortable talking to people, talking to strangers over the phone. Okay. And guys, if you are really, 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 really scared and nervous about this, please, once you make your first 10 calls, you're going to be so good after that. Okay. Let's get back to this. Now, perfect. Now, Kat here says that she picks up the phones and she blocks them if they're automated. Pick it up. If it's an automated call, it'll tell you to press one, right? Press it, okay? Go ahead and talk to them. Hey, you're not gonna lose anything. Got it? So, is everyone willing to at least try it? Try picking up marketing calls and at least making a call. Can you guys make that promise? You'll try. Okay? Please, 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 please try, okay? Please promise me, okay? Because here's the thing. I'm going to be real, and again, I'm going to be super honest with you. You're not going to make money. You're not going to move up unless if you're shy, if you're not willing to put yourself out there, you're not going to be able to do it. Okay? I'm being really, 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 really serious about this. So if you're not willing to talk to people, if you think shyness, a lot of people tell me, hey, I cannot talk on the phone. My voice doesn't sound good. I was like, what are you talking about? Your voice doesn't sound good. You're not getting on a phone to sing a song. Okay, you can if you want to. Just talk. Okay, just talk. Just close your eyes. Sometimes here's what I do. Okay, sometimes I will, I get a phone call or I'm on a call with a client. I actually close my eyes and I relax and I'm talking to the guy with full energy. It happens to me all the time. And I want you to get in the habit of actually picking up calls, making the calls. Please do that. If you do that, there's so much that you can do, okay? So much, okay? Let's move on. Now, visiting in person. Now, if you haven't crossed the phone line, this is going to be very hard for you. But if you really feel like you have a client who really you can grab them, go visit them. Okay, they won't be able to ignore you. They'll at least listen to you, right? And something else. Think about it. Okay, so let's say I want to give you an idea. Let's say a marketer keeps bothering you every single day. Okay, and you hate that guy. Okay, imagine you hate that guy keep calling you every single day. But imagine if that guy walks in and knocks on your door. Okay, he knocks on your door. Now, I don't know about you, but me, I cannot be mad at that guy because there is an actual living human being. Unless you're like a teenager, if you're an adult, you don't want to argue with that. He's just trying to make some living, right? You don't want to argue with the guy. You listen to what he has to say. Am I correct? He's like, hey, Bob, I called you. I didn't pick up your call. I wanted to talk to you about this. He's a simple guy. He's trying to make his living. Now, you might say no to him nicely, but you'll listen to him, right? What do you guys think? It's the same concept, But again, if you're not willing to get past the cold calling phase, visiting in person is never going to happen for you. Okay, so for right now, focus on email and phone. Now, number 3, follow up is the name of the game. Okay, follow up is the name of the game. How many times? Okay, I'm gonna write it down. How many times have you contacted someone and someone said, I don't need the service right now, and you never ever contacted them again? Have you done that before? Yes, okay, most of you guys have. someone, you contact them initially, but later on you're like, "Huh, you don't do that." Here's what I want you to do. People who say no, it's not a permanent no. It's never a no. Okay, you go ahead and try it again. Try it again. Try it again. And if you really have a hard time trying it again, Google, like, email scheduler. You can actually schedule your entire emails, guys. What I do is, if someone says no, I schedule an email to be sent out right then for next month. I say, hey Bob, well, I'm just getting in touch with you again. Blah 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 blah. Do you see what I did? I didn't waste my time. I scheduled an email for future. You can do that as well. It's a very, very brilliant way to make sure that you're actually following up with people who might buy from you. Okay, so always follow up is the name of the game. Whenever someone says, hey, send me more information over the email, phone number, please, 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 until they say yes, until they whip out their credit card and pay you, you need to follow up with them. Okay, got it. So now, big it's very important here. Now, whenever you contact these people, make sure your conversation revolves around advising people. Okay, your contact should not be about, hey, do you want to buy this, do you want to buy this. You should be like a friend. Okay, let's say, think about your best friend, or your brother sisters. Now, if there's something wrong with your really, really close friend, your brothers, your relatives, how do you handle it? You give them advices, am I correct? Yes or no? You tell them, hey, here's this, what's wrong with it, I think you should fix it, it's going to help you, blah blah blah. Does that make sense, guys? You should provide advice. You shouldn't be in the business of, you should be in the business of making money. That's what you should be. But your conversation should revolve around advising, consultation. But you should do it in a way where that person feels, hey, you know this guy is helping me out. At the end, he'll be like, how can you help me out, solve it? Then you go ahead and talk about pricing. Got it? Sweet. Okay, now here's a simple script. Okay, you can use it on your emails, phone calls, whatever. Hey, Mr. Bob, this is Kat with blah blah company, and I wanted to see if you have 20 seconds to speak about your bad reviews on Yelp. Your SSL is not active. Talk about your mobile site is not up. Do you see what I did up here? I did not talk about money. I did not talk about selling. I asked someone for their permission to give 20 seconds out of their life to you. And I focused on specifics. There could be 20 things that might be wrong with their website, their business. But I did not focus on 20 things. I focused on one single issue that they would be interested in. Does that make sense, everybody? Yes or no? Does that make sense? Cool. Cool beans. Now you get the idea. It's all listed here, okay? Like, in a mobile site is not up, blah blah blah. You get the idea. Now, once they say, hey, Mr. Bob, hey, I'm gonna go, hey, Nick, this is Satish with Logic X Web Marketing, and I wanted to see if you have 20 minutes to talk to you about the low rankings you have on Google. Now, simple, right? Now, if they say yes, continue, right? Continue. Now, when I say continue, don't talk about here's how much it costs. Be like, okay. Say someone says yes, you're going to be like, oh, that's great. So basically, you do know the fact that not having an SSL certificate, it actually hampers your ranking. Did you know not having a mobile site is actually, you're losing a lot of clients, because most people these days don't use, they are on their mobile phone and they use mobile phones to find you. Does that make sense, guys? So what you need to do is you need to talk to them in a way where they accept the issues they have. So here's the thing: advise and come to a point where you want your clients to, your potential clients to accept that they have issues, their problems, okay? Now, let's say if someone says no, you'll get a lot of those. You'll be like, no. You're like, if there's someone says no, be like, I'm sorry. Can you? I didn't hear you. Did you hear what I said? When someone says, you're like, can you? Do you have 20 seconds to talk about blah blah blah? You're like, no, I don't have time. Again, repeat it. You're just, Mr. John, I didn't hear you. Can you repeat that one more time? So what you're doing in people's mind is you're playing a little game. It's called game. What you're trying to do is basically on their mind, you're basically reinforcing that, hey, this guy is telling himself he doesn't want to fix his website. He doesn't want to get more customer. He doesn't want to make more money. You're forcing that person to say it twice. On the second try, sometimes, okay, so about 20-30% time, they will say, okay, go ahead. Initially, even the person said no, they will say yes when we ask them, hey, I'm sorry, can you repeat that one more time? Try it, okay? Try it, it works. Now, if they say no again, what you do is, no problem. What's the best time I can call back, Mr. Johnson, and talk about your mobile website so you can get more clients? Simple as that, okay? Now, a couple of tips. I say this line a lot of the times. It works every single time. And people who try to do business with me, they don't say this line. And I keep wondering if I should share this line. I thought, hey, let me share it. So what I tell people when I tell business owners is, Mr. Johnson, I wouldn't waste my time calling you unless I knew for a fact, I could help you, right? So let them know that you're actually talking with them because you can help them. Okay. Number two, try to use their names. Okay, guys. Try to use people's name. Okay, so Mr. Bob, not Bob, Bob, Billy. Keep saying their name with as much as you can. It's gonna help them. It's going to make them feel like they can trust you. Now, don't worry about talking about prices again. Help just focus on making them admit that there is an issue with blah blah blah. Okay, got it? Is everyone clear so far? Any questions so far? If no, let me know if I can move on. So far, you guys should have a basic idea on what to do to find customers. I also gave you ideas on what you could sell. Okay? So when you're looking at people's website, you should be like a detective, trying to find issues, writing it down. And one more thing, guys, it really, really pays off to spend at least 5, 10, 20 minutes, doing a bit of research on a client. The reason for that is you'll be prepared. You'll know what to say. It's not a cold call anymore. It's more of like it's more of a warm call because you have some information about them. They're not a total stranger anymore. Does that make sense? So the idea about cold calling is that you just call a random person, stranger. On the other end, it's a stranger person talking to you. If you get to learn a little bit about that person, their business, it's not the typical cold calling anymore. Got it? Perfect. Now, one thing I want to talk to you guys before I let you guys go. I hope you enjoyed this webinar. Now, I want to have everyone's attention here. So one of the big issue is that a lot of people tell me is that they wish they had access to pretty much every registered business in the entire US, like the owner's name. Okay, imagine having owner's name, email, their personal phone number, their address, pretty much everything. So let me show you an example. I'm going to open up a file called Texas. Take a look at this. So this list has name of the owners or the company name, a personal email. Take a look at these emails. Most of these emails, they are not sales at ABCD. They are Andrews, they're McKinney, Sarah. It's people's actual real name. These are people's, most of the time it's people's actual address. Okay, city, state, zip code. And these phone numbers right here, this is not usually, these are not their business number. They're actually their cell phone numbers. Fax. And take a look at this. It has their websites as well, not all, but here's what you do. I scroll down, I find the real estate, I right click, filter by sell value. Now I want to go ahead and find people in, let's see, Dallas. So instantly, guys, you have access to real estate agents in Dallas with their real phone number, email, and pretty much all the information that you need. Now, if you were thinking, how did I get access to this information? Here's what I did. Okay, so basically, what we did was, let me go and clear this out. So we have these bots called like robots, who actually we have to pay for it. We actually pay like clerks, county clerk offices, where people register their companies, and those information is actually public. It's public. It's you can get it. But what we did, we actually paid the fees. You have to pay the fees, and we got access to their database, and it's a fee we pay yearly, and we basically update our database every 3 to 4 months. So these are leads, they get updated every 3 to 4 months. And again, not all leads work perfectly, right? These are just leads. Now basically the idea here is that you will have access to people's personal email, who you want to contact. So it doesn't matter what industry you want to target. So real estate, schools, churches, driving school, loan officers, civil engineers, auto repair, insurance, restaurants, dog training, banks, police departments. It actually has, let me see if I can find it, attorneys, right? Hotels and motels, investors, advertising. The list goes on, guys. So if you want to be able to have access to, imagine what you could do with this list. Can anyone else give me some ideas what else you could do with this list? You have their websites, you have pretty much all of their information. Okay, now this list is only for Texas. Now we actually have the database for every single state in the entire U.S. Okay, entire U.S. Now here's what we're gonna sell this to you for. So let me go and take a look. So if you want to get access to the entire thing, every single state, it's $197 one-time fee. Okay, let me actually show you what the real price is. So the real price is $297, okay, for the entire US. Okay, that's your option number one. Now what we're doing is we're actually giving you the entire thing for $197, every single state. So you will get a file for every single state. It gets updated every 3 months. Okay, that's option number one. Option number two is, if you don't want to spend $197, no problem. What you do is this: you buy one state, meaning for $47 you get to pick one state for you. Okay, and what I would do is, here's what I would do. If you have 197, go ahead and buy the entire thing out. It's worth more than 197. I can guarantee you that. Okay. Number two, if you don't want to spend 197, pay $47, get one for your own state, make money from it, then go ahead and buy the rest of it. That's your option. That's option number two. Let me go and send you the link. Let's take a look. Okay. So the option number one is pay $197, get a list like this for every single state, okay, in the entire US. It's a big file. It is. Option number one. Okay. Option number two, pay $47. You get to pick one state that you want to get database of. Okay, that's your option number one. Option number two, and if you scroll down, you'll notice it says there is an upsell that says add one more state for $25. Okay, so if you decide you want to have two states, you can actually get the second state for $25 more. So for $72, you'd get two states. Let me show you guys how many leads are on this one state, okay? And again, it varies by state, but let me see if I can show it to you. I'm going to scroll down, okay? There is 600, almost 600,000 businesses that have said, hey, my information is contact. Please contact me. These are businesses that want you to contact them. That's how we have their information. You get that, right? Because when you go to register a business, and if you register it with your clerk's office, there's a little checkbox that's already checked. Okay, I mean it's unchecked. If you check it, it's private. Okay, most people don't check that box. Okay, and their information is public. Okay, and anyone can download that data if you pay the fee. And we went ahead and paid that fee. Okay, we paid that fee, and we have bots, actual bots that actually circulate and find out if there's an update, and we'll basically get the update. Okay, and you get the update for life for free. And I've been selling these leads for almost 4 years. Okay, 4 years, and a lot of people have used it and they've gotten rich from it. Okay, and the link is right here. And at this time, you can actually grab the entire thing for 197 instead of 297. Does anyone have any questions? The list is about, at this point, I think the last update was about 2 months ago. So the next update is in a month or so. Crystal, you can get it right here.